Another edition of Pub Politics. By the way, episode 100, what a blast that was that you guys did over at the Jake's and 5 Points, and I'm hoping it was a success for you guys.
Great success, great crowd. Looking forward to 100 more, and thank you all for coming out.
Absolutely. Glad to be there. Phil is here on the Democratic side. Joel Sawyer is here on the Republican side. Wes is once again off doing Wes things. I guess he kind of, enjoyed the celebration of episode 100 and decided to take a vacation.
That's right.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
Phil is here, consistent, as we've mentioned before
Absolutely.
on the show. You guys love to talk about polls and poll numbers. That's what you guys do a lot. We have got a new political poll here in South Carolina, the Winthrop University poll. It comes out periodically, and we have a new one for the month of April. Interesting numbers, and I'm going to start with Governor Haley's approval rating. In this particular poll right now, it's pretty close when you talk about all the close to 1,000 people they surveyed for this poll across South Carolina. The approval rating for Governor Haley, 37.3%, disapprove 36.5%. Obviously, the number is higher when you take only Republicans and independents. 60% is her job approval.
It is Republican-leaning independents. It's 60%.
Republican-leaning, yes.
Right. Those are considered her base, and having only 60% of your base is pretty. It's not a healthy sign for an incumbent governor who's the head of her party. Those numbers should be above 80% at least to show some confidence within the base. 37% approval overall. That is a 3% gain for her since December. She's treading water. She is not going anywhere quickly.
Joel, your thoughts on the numbers?
Look, I mean, change never comes easy, and I think given the nature of some of the things that she's pushing in the legislature, there's going to be some consternation. There's going to be some back and forth. I think if you look across the country at incumbents, I mean, you will see maybe not numbers exactly like this, but similar numbers. I mean, people know that there's just not really something right with the economy. They want Congress, they want government to be doing more to fix it, and I think that that's some of what you're seeing reflected there.
You worked obviously with Governor Sanford. When you were in that position, how much did you pay attention to polls like this, and how much do folks in office, incumbents, pay attention to polls, like say the Winthrop poll that we're talking about today?
I don't know that really any incumbent pays a whole lot of attention to polls other than their internals. Mm-hmm. I mean, just quite honestly, I mean, in terms of like outside polling, it's very difficult to compare across polls. I mean, what you have to do is look at polls, taken with the same methodology, the same pollster over time, and just look at changes that way.
And one other topic we talked about a little bit, the employee with HHS here in the state who was arrested last week and charged with stealing Medicaid information, personal information from Medicaid recipients, more than 200,000 users. Obviously, this is something that they arrested him and they're going to charge him. There was something that came out where this was a man who was on the state executive committee of the Democratic Party at one point. Are Republicans, Joel, eager to paint this as something to attach to Democrats, or are they going to leave this alone and just say this was probably one guy who was doing something he shouldn't have been doing?
Well, look, I mean, based on the Democratic Party's own rhetoric on the past 4 years, I mean, by their own logic, this guy reflects poorly on the entire Democratic Party. Wouldn't you agree with that? I mean, based on everything that Ken Ard had done and everything that Thomas Ravenel did and Charlie Sharp. I mean, obviously, if this guy is one Democrat behaving badly, it means all Democrats are thieves of Medicaid.
Well, I like this attempt to distract from the real issue that Governor Haley's cabinet administration is so poorly managed that they would allow a low-level employee to have access to such personal information.
He was not a low-level employee, and they caught him, and nobody is casting any aspersion at Mark Keel and Sled or anyone else. I mean, when they found it, they acted quickly. I mean, are you going to denigrate the efforts of law enforcement in this case that moved quickly and discovered this?
But the system had been in place for over a year now to allow this man to have access. That is a huge problem, and it reflects poorly on Governor Haley.
But you agree that this man reflects poorly on the entire Democratic Party based on the way that y'all.
No, he does not. He has no association with the Democratic Party.
He was a former officer. So when former officer of the Richland County Republican Party made a racist joke about Michelle Obama, that reflected poorly on all Republicans. So that was okay, but this isn't.
Well,
so we can't paint Republicans, we can't paint Democrats with a broad brush, but we can paint Republicans with a broad brush.
What I'm saying is he was not associated with the Democratic Party when these crimes alleged to occur, and this is an attempt to distract from Governor Haley's abysmal record and poor mismanagement of her cabinet level agency.
All right, well, to be continued, I'm sure. I always enjoy the lively discussion, guys. PubPoliticsLive.com is the website, episode 101, I guess, right?
Yes.
All right, and then 102 next week. So you guys keep on rolling towards the next century mark. Phil, thanks.
Thank you,
Joel,
Rick.
thanks for coming by, filling
Thank
in
you.
for Wes.
Appreciate it.
Hopefully Wes finds his way back from Turkey or
Yes.
wherever he is, and he's here next week.
Top
So-
secret.
Yeah, all right. Well, so we'll see you guys next week. Whoever's here on the Republican side. Phil's constant. He'll be here on the Democratic side. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, back to you.